governmental facilities, lies, and psychic scars. Then there's the upside down, a rotting psychic reflection. Then there's Hawkins National Laboratory, the epicenter of the dimensional research and human experimentation. This is a temple of science and sin wrapped into one. The Starcourt Mall, which is a monument for consumerism, literally, and it's a feeding ground for the mind flayers. They manifest through capitalism brought in by this facade. So they're all about that. Now, their level of technology, they're kind of an 80s retro, analog, cold world, military, science, fictional elements. You have CRT monitors, cassette deck, and psychic resonance chambers all coexist. A world where the Walkman meets weaponized technology. So they kind of merge these two a bit. Then there's the government and the social order. The US government and the lab systems operate as a scientific priesthood. They're controlling knowledge and memory. Secrecy, disinformation to keep the town compliant are their standard tools. Now, the society of Hawkins itself is kind of a strange thing. It's a suburban illusion of order. Families masking dysfunction, patriarchy, and emotional suppression. And then there's the kids, who is the party. This is a rebel network, and they're bound together by loyalty and friendship. And these are the only true resistance in this psychic decay. So they're very important. Now, culturally, religious-wise, and philosophy, there's really no religion or mythic systems that seem to dominate. Faith manifests itself through friendship, love, and music. And the real spirituality is the emotional connection, which is a literal exorcist power. Like Max's song ultimately saves her from Vecna. In terms of artistic or cultural trademarks, this is the 80s, and you see it all over the place. Arcade games, neon signs, D&D lore, 80s horror tropes, mixtapes, comic book analogies. This is the culture itself, and it's kind of become the coping mechanism. The key ideologies you need to remember are very consistent with the early 80s. Cold War paranoia, anti-authoritarian rebel, generational trauma, and the myth of American normalcy. Now, there's a loose timeline, but this is an ancient epoch. This unknown psychic field that persists there predates humanity. The upside down may be a universal subconscious layer, not just tied to this town. But what we do see is some tones of the mid-20th century. The MK Ultra experiments at Hawkins Lab. This breached dimensions. Henry Creel becomes Vecna. So this is important. But in the modern era, we're seeing a repetitive incursions between these worlds escalate.